Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Surviving Mars, here on the Wooden Otter. Big things are happening today, so keep up as we jump around our colony to catch all the cool stuff going down. We've got a lot to cover in this episode, from Renegades to a meteor shower the likes of which we've never seen before. We've got our work cut out for us, so let's jump right into the deep end of the Red Planet with some Surviving Mars. An astute observer of my videos will notice that at the beginning of this episode we're on Sol 179, and the last episode ended on, I believe, 157. So there's basically a gap of a few sols between the end of the last episode and this episode. And this is chalked up to one of those things where I was recording for so long that the recording stopped. I really have to record for less time at a setting, at a sitting, instead of, recording 8 hours at a clip. It's really bad for editing, because I end up losing souls like this. So, in the time between that video and this video, a few things have happened. Mainly, some of my colonists have gone through the university system that I have here in my third Trigon. And so now I have a bunch of engineers. And it's been great for production. I'm actually pretty stable in terms of mechanical parts and electrical parts. So I'm loving the fact that I have specialists now. It's really been great. I highly suggest building a university as quickly as you possibly can if you are doing a hardest difficulty playthrough, because it makes all the difference in production of your buildings if you can get some specialists in there. The other thing that happened is, I'm not sure if you can see it right now. Yes, you can. It's behind that first Trigon I built. I researched and built a few of these, the MDS lasers, the Meteor Defense System lasers. So, I had the resources to build them. I researched them as quickly as possible because the last thing that I'm really struggling with is meteor strikes. So that's pretty much a summary of what happened between the last episode and this episode. So we got some specialists and we built some MDS lasers. We're looking good on those two fronts in the colony. I'm in the middle of the same cold wave, basically, and I'm realizing that my domes periodically lose power and people start getting kind of pissed off because despite having a lot of power generation capabilities, I still don't have a great amount of power storage capabilities. So I just take a few seconds and I plop down another atomic accumulator, knowing that, when the sun comes up, it'll charge up just fine, and the next cold wave means that I should be able to weather pretty much any, cold wave without losing power, which will go a long way towards preserving my colonists' comfort. I'm currently looking at my shuttle hub and lamenting the fact that it's frozen. I've also got 2 shuttles here waiting for fuel for my refueling station, which, of course, is not doing anything because it's completely frozen. So I decide, even though it costs 5 mechanical parts, I currently have 11, I decide that I need a subsurface heater here where my fuel is being produced. So I plop one of those down and get my fuel production back up and running, so I can get my shuttles out of here. My shuttles and my rockets. Gotta get them out of here. Of course, while I'm checking in on that crop failure, I noticed that Neo Orbit there is a renegade, and I don't remember his name popping up on the list of renegades. So I go and check, and of course there's now 3 renegades instead of the one. The cold weather is really wearing down people's sanity and whatnot, and they're turning to being renegades. So, not the greatest, but 3 renegades isn't the end of the world. I can probably handle that for now. Fast forward to Sol 185. I'm just looking around my colony, and they start stealing metals from my dome. So apparently 3 Renegades is not what I can handle. They're already stealing stuff. A couple days later, I get this notification, cold machines. Apparently there's some sabotage going on, and I end up losing 5 drones, but I kind of don't want to lose the standing with my rival colonies, so I'm pretty sure I choose not to report it to the UN, just because I don't want to piss off any of my neighbors. I'm worried that if I do, I'll end up inviting more sabotage in the future if their standing drops too low. Honestly, I've never played with rivals before, so I don't know what they do when the standing is too low. So, yeah, I choose not to report it to the UN. Sol 188 rolls around, and I'm down here messing with my research dome when I get notification that my special project has wrapped up. I sent a rocket on a mission to capture meteors. Of course, you'll also notice right above that notification, I also am going to get a natural, quote-unquote, meteor storm right after this one's done. So I'm actually about to be in the midst of 2 meteor storms, rather, at the same time. Not great. And of course, the one that I caused is just to the west of my base and is slowly moving up the hill towards me. So, not a great position to be in. So, I've weathered this meteor storm when, kaboom! There's this lightning strike, and I get a death in the colony. I click on the notification. I'm a little dumbfounded at this point, because someone just died out of the blue, and I didn't make the connection yet that it was actually the lightning that killed him, but I click on the notification, and this dude is basically dead at the end of this tunnel. And I can only assume that what happened was he was struck by lightning inside the tunnel, and then the conveyor belt just kind of like dumped his corpse on the exit to the belt. So the dude survives like a huge meteor shower only to be struck by lightning randomly while he's like going to work, and his body unceremoniously dumped at the end of this tunnel. What a hell of a way to go. Sol 207 rolls around, and I'm noticing at the bottom of my bar there, I actually have a scientist. Someone graduated college and became a scientist, so I decide, you know, if we can't get people down to that research dome, I can at least put a research place up here. And I also noticed that the research buildings actually have a new model. So I end up building one of those in my 3rd Trigon up here, just so I can get a little boost to my research in the meantime. Finally, on Sol 209, I get real mad because Renegades steal 2 mechanical parts from outside this dome. And I'm like, if you're stealing metals, that's one thing, but as soon as you steal mechanical parts, I get real upset, because it's hard to make those things, and I just protected you from, like, the mother of all meteor showers, so you're dead to me, Renegades. Alright guys, that'll have to be it for now. We've made a ton of progress on our colony today. We weathered the biggest meteor shower I have ever seen. It was really 2 separate meteor showers back to back. An insane amount of meteors coming in on the colony. Unfortunately, we had a colonist get struck by lightning in a freak accident on his way to work one day. That was devastating, and he was a youth too. Did you notice that? He was a young colonist, brand new, fresh out of college or whatever, and a dude gets struck by lightning in a tunnel. You know, I guess when your number's up, it's up. But we ended the episode with, unfortunately, more Renegades. I think I'm up to 5 at this point, stealing 2 mechanical parts, one of my rarer resources. As always, please like and subscribe below, as it really helps out the channel, and I would, of course, appreciate it. Stay tuned to see what the Red Planet has in store for us next time on the Wooden Otter. Peace!